Hey guys, welcome back to my beauty stash, or welcome if it is your first time here. Hello, my name is Steph. I would love to have you as a subscriber, so be sure to click on that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy watching. Today I have another new to me makeup brand, but this brand is definitely not new to the market. Actually, this brand has been around for a very long time, but it is the very first time I'm trying a cosmetic item, and the brand is Elizabeth Arden. I picked up the new Elizabeth Arden Flawless Finish Skin Caring Concealer, and I picked this up off of the recommendation of my friend here on YouTube, Mel from Mel C's Makeup and Style. She recently tried this on her channel, and I loved the way it looked on her, especially because she didn't set it with any powder. So I thought, you know what? This is definitely something that I want to try for myself, because I typically set my under eye with a light dusting of setting powder. But I mean, if I don't have to, if the concealer is going to set itself and not move around while still give me coverage all day long, then I'm game. I'm game to try it. And especially because I've never tried an Elizabeth Arden cosmetic item before. I have tried Elizabeth Arden fragrances, but to be honest, their cosmetics line is something I've never really even paid attention to much. So I'm excited for this one. So this little beauty retails for $27. I bought mine straight off of the Elizabeth Arden website, but I did see it's available already at Macy's. Now they do make a sister foundation to this one, and it is the Skin Caring Foundation. That one has really good reviews as well, and I almost ordered it just to try alongside this, but I thought, no, I just want this to be about the concealer because that is the thing that caught my eye the most. Now I will say, going into this little concealer review, that the shade range is no good. I think there's only like 10 shades, 3 being on the deep side and the rest being more light to medium. I mean, it's almost 2022. I don't know what brands are still thinking only releasing like 10 different shades, especially when there's not enough shades to cover everybody in between. So Elizabeth Arden is a huge brand. I think they really need to step up their shade game. So hopefully that's something that they can fix in 2022. We'll see. But I want to quickly give you some specifics on this Flawless Finish Skin Caring Concealer. It says that it's going to, of course, blur imperfections, and it's going to brighten and contour the area while nourishing the skin because it is enriched with hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, vitamin E, and it also conditions the under eye area and leaves the skin feeling instantly moisturized. That all sounds fabulous to me. It says the ultra lightweight concealer won't settle into fine lines or wrinkles or pores. Sign me up for that too. It won't flake or rub off on clothes for 16 hours. Now, I'm going to be giving this a 13-hour wear test today, so we'll see if some of these claims hold true. It says skincare meets skin perfection in the ultimate natural finish makeup formula. And in here, you do get 0.2 fluid ounces of product, and it does retail for $27. I'm excited for this one. I picked up shade 215, and I will say it is a nice skin tone match for me. I'm usually on the fair to light of skin tone shades, and I usually go more for neutral to warm undertone if that helps you make a selection, especially even when picking foundations. That's typically the shade range that I gravitate towards. So let's get started with this wear test today. I'm really anxious for it. I have high expectations for it, especially because my friend Mel loved it. If you guys want to see the new Elizabeth Arden Flawless Finish Skin Caring Concealer in action for the next 13 hours, keep on watching. Alright guys, I'm about to apply this new one from Elizabeth Arden, the Flawless Finish, what is it? The Skin Caring Concealer. Once again, I am in the shade 215. I already have my foundation on. I'm wearing the Natasha Denona Foundation X. I use the shade 10Y in that one. So let's apply this. Now the little doe foot applicator has like a little curve to it. I mean, it's cute. It works. I'm going to do a little bit up here. I'm going to treat this just the way I normally would my concealer. I'm going to spot conceal a little bit right here. And let's see how this is going to work. And I'm using the BK Beauty and Angie Hot and Flashy. This is the A506 brush. This is a really good concealer brush. And they did restock the entire collection, just FYI. I know I posted it in the community section here on YouTube. When was it? The day it came out? I think it was released on Wednesday. I do have a code. It is Steff10. It'll be in the description box in case you want to pick it up. But I've been loving this whole collection. Okay, so I like the shade of this concealer. I think it's definitely like my skin tone shade, which is fine by me. I've actually been more into concealers that are my skin tone versus concealers that are a little bit lighter. Just that way I can use them to spot conceal as well. Because there's cases where I have to buy 2 different shades of a concealer, one a little bit brighter for doing like the under eye and then right in here. And then of course right here on the sides of my cheeks where I want to conceal, I need something that's like an exact skin match. But this just blended out really well and it feels super lightweight, which it says it is. It also says it's not going to settle into fine lines, it's not going to crease. It's not going to accentuate texture. And right now it looks just fine. And it even did a really nice job here on the sides of my cheeks. I think I'm going to add a little bit more and I want to just press it in with my beauty blender. Now I am going to set the right eye using my favorite setting powder of the moment. This is the Flower Beauty Miracle Matte Loose Finishing Powder. I just want to show you what the under eye area is looking like before I set it. So it is smooth, nothing's creasing. So I'm just going to take the same brush and lightly press that powder in. Alright, I'm taking a closer look and everything looks really smooth. And everything looks smooth on this eye that I didn't powder, but it also looks very dewy, very hydrating. Now this is going to be a hydrating concealer, but I can definitely see a difference. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and set my T-zone because I am going to do the rest of my makeup, well at least the rest of my base makeup. So I will be setting the concealer on the side, obviously, but not setting the left eye. That way we can see how this concealer, long wearing concealer, is going to wear. Guys, I think I'm going to be doing like a 13-hour wear test today. I have so much stuff going on today. So yeah, I will most definitely be checking in with you guys during my lunch break and then at the end of the day when I get home from all my appointments, and we'll see how this new one from Elizabeth Arden is holding up on my 39-year-old eyes, on my 39-year-old skin. And I'm really excited because I don't think I've ever tried anything from Elizabeth Arden before. So I will catch you guys in a bit. Hey guys, this is a 5-hour check-in with this new concealer from Elizabeth Arden, and this is what my under eye area is looking like. No powder, powder. Now I will say the side with no powder, it has already set itself down. It doesn't feel tacky. It doesn't feel like it's moving around or anything like that. I actually think I prefer this side versus this side. I feel like the coverage is the same, but I feel like it looks really nice on this eye. I do think that the powder might have made it settle just a little bit more into fine lines on this eye versus this eye, and that's because that's one of my favorite setting powders, the Flower Beauty one. But I mean, it's not terrible. It really isn't terrible. And honestly, just by talking to me and just random glance in the mirror, I can't tell the difference. I really have to be looking for that difference. So with that said, I'm gonna say that this eye is in the lead. I did spot conceal on the sides of my face. I obviously did the rest of my makeup. I used some bronzer, a little bit of cream blush, and I didn't notice that anything rubbed off. I think everything looks good. I really like this concealer. I like the shade that I got as well. So I'll do another check-in when I get home from work, and of course at the very end of the day, probably like 13-14 hours, and we'll see how long wearing this new concealer from Elizabeth Arden really is. Stay tuned. Alright guys, we've come to the 13-hour mark of me wear testing this new concealer from Elizabeth Arden, and this is what my under eye area is looking like. This is without powder, and then this is with powder.
I like both eyes, to be honest, but I'm gonna go with my initial choice from earlier in the day. And I'm gonna say that the eye I did not powder did a little bit better than the one that I did. Although I think both eyes look great. And honestly, if you were here in person talking with me, you couldn't tell a difference. But since I'm having to really analyze this, I like that this concealer is lightweight. It's a thin consistency. It provides good coverage upon initial application. You don't really need to build it up. You can if you want, but it stays with that coverage all day and it sets itself. Because from the time I applied it, from the time I got to work and I looked at myself in the mirror, like I kind of felt under my eye area to see if it had already dried down, and it most definitely had. And I like that. Some concealers don't do that. Some concealers, they need that setting powder to really set them and lock them in place. But I feel like this one is going to be one you can wear both with and without powder, especially if you have dry skin. I know a lot of you out there, you don't like to necessarily powder down your under eye area or just your face in general. So this actually might be a really good concealer for those of you out there with dry skin to try out. And especially if you have mature under eyes, if you have texture right in this area, I think this also is going to be a good one for you. I would say the only bad thing about this concealer is definitely the shade range. That really needs to get improved because 10 shades is not nearly enough. And I definitely think there's a lack of deeper tone shades. So just be mindful of that if you're considering this concealer. It is available on the Elizabeth Arden website, and it's also available at Macy's. And again, this is my very first Elizabeth Arden cosmetic purchase. I don't think I've ever tried. I know I've tried like a couple perfumes. I actually have a couple perfumes, but I don't have any Elizabeth Arden makeup. So I liked it. It was pretty good. Mel, you were right. Thank you for the recommendation. And if you are interested in this concealer, guys, it'll be linked in the description box of today's video. I would love to hear your thoughts. Do you wear Elizabeth Arden makeup? If you do, what are some of your favorite products? Are you going to be trying this new concealer out? Sound off in the comments down below. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink that water, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.